What's up, family? Hey, we're back at it again. Um, Fair warning: this conversation is going to be kind of sensitive for some people. Okay, it's going to trigger some people. Okay, that's not my intention. My intention is just to share information, as always. But I understand the nature of the beast. Okay, stay with me. We're going to go somewhere. A little over 30 years ago, I really started getting into tattoos. I love tattoos. I have a lot of them, and they all signify something significant to me, every single one of them. First tattoo I got was continent of Africa over my heart. Second tattoo was this tiger on my left forearm. Stay with me. I've never really been a domesticated animal lover. I'm not into cats. I'm not into dogs, as pets and all that. That's just not who I am. Yeah, I've never been that person. Ever. I love raising animals as far as chickens because they serve a purpose to me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get eggs from them. I love raising rabbits because I'm gonna eat them. You know what I mean? Um, I've raised pigs in the past. I've raised sheep, um, ducks, doves, But again, all those things serve a purpose, to me. I'm going to eat them. You know what I mean? Stay with me, we're going somewhere. And so people always say, man, I've always saw you as a lion, the king of the jungle. Why would you get a tiger? Family, I didn't understand the significance or the prophetic meaning of it back then. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. The lion, king of the jungle. It ain't even the biggest cat. You know what I mean? Um, a tiger is so much bigger than a lion. So much bigger, so much longer, weighs so much more than a lion. One on one, a tiger beat the hell out of a lion. You know what I mean? A tiger will smack the dog schnitz out of a lion. A lion cannot hang with a tiger in a one on one battle. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. A lion is king of the jungle because they hunt in packs. You know what I mean? They have a crew. A tiger is a solitary animal. Walks through the jungle, wherever it's at, it's pretty much on his own, except for mating season. Other than that, he's ghost. You know what I mean? And I didn't understand that that would become my life. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. Fast forward about 20 years ago. I was married to a young lady, and this is not the same young lady that passed away. The lady I'm talking about right now is the mother of my three youngest kids. Um, we met while I was still in the Air Force, and was in LA. And I got out of the military in LA, and we moved to the Central Valley of California. Stay with me, family. You have to understand who you are. I know it's gonna seem like I'm jumping around, but I'm not. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. You have to know who you are because those closest to you are often the ones that hurt you the most. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. It was in Central Valley, California, and my wife and I at the time, we went to this new division where they're building houses. They just had houses that you could go take a look at, and you could get your house built like one of those models. And there was this elderly white lady. She's probably in her 60s at the time. I had never seen her before, and We walked in, and my wife at the time and I were looking at these model homes. And this white lady was just staring at me, and that kind of made me nervous. Um, I was a bodybuilder at the time, um, and this lady was staring at me and walked over to us and started crying. I'm nervous because I'm like, man, I don't want anybody to walk in and see this older white lady crying and thinking that we did something, that I did something, I said something to this lady to make her cry. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. This lady asked me, she was like, what is your name? Who are you? And I just looked at her and I'm like, taken back. I said, my name is Elijah. And she's crying more now, more intense. And I'm like, just like, what the heck is going on? My wife is looking at me and looking at the lady. And she ain't saying that, she's just watching. And so this lady tells me, oh my God, you're such a powerful person. You're such a powerful man of God. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. This lady's crying to me, never seen me before, never spoke to me before, and she's crying, telling me that I'm a powerful man of God and that God is going to use me in so many different realms. You know what I mean? That I'm going to have influence with the very rich and the very down and out in life. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And so I'm sitting there and I'm just listening. I'm standing, I'm listening to this lady talk to me. And when she's talking, there's like a connection. I'm sensing what she's saying is not from her. I know that it's coming from God. You know what I mean? And so she's got my attention, not because of what she's saying, but because of her voice. I feel the presence of God in her voice. I hear the presence of God in her voice. Okay? She tells me that I have the mantle of Elijah resting on my shoulders, and whoop, right? And she asks, can we pray? I don't know this lady. Ain't never seen this lady before. Okay. Just to get her to stop crying, just to get her to stop talking. Yeah, let's pray. Let's shut this down. You know what I mean? And so we all three of us, my wife is standing there, and as this lady's talking, my wife is like, who am I married to again? Real snarly, real smart aleck, in disbelief. Stay with me. You have to know who you are. And so my wife is like in disbelief that this lady's telling me all this stuff. My wife don't believe it. Okay? So we pray. And we leave. About a week later, we go to this church. A friend of mine takes us to this church. And I have on this dark green suit, like a yellowish shirt, and I always sit on the edge of the aisle. Whenever I went to church, I always try to sit on the aisle. I don't like people sitting by me. Stay with me. So I always have my kids and family right next to me on the inside so nobody can sit on that side, but I'm on the aisle so nobody can sit next to me. Stay with me. A huge church. And this lady, guest speaker, gets up to preach. And I've never met this lady before. About 300 something people in the church. And it's predominantly white, a few Hispanics, um, a few Filipinos, and I think there's like 3 black families in this whole group, right? And so I'm feeling a little out of place, but it's like, okay, it is what it is. Let me see what they're working on. Let me see what they're talking about. So this lady gets up, white lady. Not that that matters, but she gets up and she starts prophesying. And she calls out, she's like, "Excuse me, sir. I'm talking to the bald headed gentleman in the green suit. It's like 300 people in this church." And so everybody's turning around and looking, seeing who she's talking to. I got on a green suit, a yellow shirt, and she's saying, "You in the green suit in the yellow shirt." And so I'm looking around, seeing who she's talking to, and she's like, "No, sir, you, the bald-headed black gentleman." And my wife is nudging me, "Stay with me, I'm going somewhere." She's like, "She's talking about you." It's like, you know. And so she goes on and she starts talking about how um, I'm gonna go through. We're gonna go through a very dark time in our country, but out of that darkness, God is going to give me so much wisdom, so much insight, so much knowledge, and whoop de whoop de whoop, and that I'm going to lead all these people, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm just stuck because I'm like, man, this lady's saying almost the same thing that this other lady said. You know what I mean? They don't know each other. We're in two totally different cities. So as we're leaving, driving back home, after it's all over with, my wife at the time gets mad at me and she wants to argue about what this lady was talking about. I'm like, what? Hold on, what? What? She wants to have a discussion how that this woman who said these things about me, as far as this is what I was going to do, this is my purpose in life, this is how God was going to use me. My wife is offended because this lady got the message wrong. And the prophecy wasn't for me, it was for her. Stay with me. My wife felt like that lady should have been talking to her, not me. What she was saying was true, but she picked the wrong person. She should have been talking to my wife. According to my wife, that prophecy was for her and not me. And so my wife is wanting to have a discussion about how that was her prophecy and not mine. Yeah, we didn't stay married. You know what I mean? Stay with me. We didn't stay married. Family, your family are some of the biggest haters you're going to ever meet. Your family, your spouse, those you're dating can turn out to be some of the biggest haters you are ever going to meet in this journey. They don't want to see you that way. They get pissed off when other people see you that way. When other people say that there's some, man, you have a sense of purpose. When other people say that, man, you're going somewhere, you're gonna do this and whoop de whoop de whoop, your family's pissed off because they don't want to see you like that. They don't want to think that, man, they missed out. They don't want to think that, man, who are you to do all of this and I'm still stuck down here with JoJo and and all this other stupid stuff. You know what I mean? They're haters. They say they love you, and they do love you as long as you ain't doing crap. They love you as long as you ain't nobody. They love you as long as ain't nobody giving you props. They love you as long as you ain't out doing what you're supposed to do. They love you as long as you ain't drawing attention to yourself by fulfilling your purpose. Soon as you start fulfilling your purpose, soon as you start doing what you came here to do, man, your family gonna have all kinds of crazy stuff to talk about. Your family, your spouse, if they ain't in alignment with you, if they ain't connected with you on that aspect, man, they're gonna be the biggest haters you meet. And they're going to break your heart. They're going to dog you out. They're gonna always talk about, I remember when you did such and such. I remember when you did it. I remember that, and you ain't did it. And that. Man, they're gonna have all this crazy stuff to bring up. They know your past, they know your shortcomings, and all they're gonna want to talk about is how you ain't qualified to do and be what you came here to do. All they gonna bring up is all the stupid stuff that you used to do, as if that disqualifies you for fulfilling your purpose, as if you can't change. They'll acknowledge that people can change. They'll acknowledge that people can grow and develop, but they won't acknowledge that you can do that. Everybody could grow, everybody could change, but you. Everybody could fulfill their purpose, but you. You had better learn who you are. You had better become very comfortable in your own skin. Because if you don't become comfortable in your own skin, you're going to buy into that foolishness. And the crab in the barrel syndrome is, man, as soon as you start climbing up, as soon as you start going somewhere, as soon as you start doing something, man, they're going to start pulling you back down. They're going to call it keeping it real. What it is keeping it real stupid. What it is keeping it real ignorant. Yeah, I said ignorant. You had better learn who you are and why you came here. And why you came here was not just to hang out with your family. Why you came here was not just to sit around smoking, drinking, partying, clubbing, and chasing women, chasing dudes with your family. Slanging, doing all that other stupid, ignorant stuff. That's not why you came here. You didn't come here just to go to church and sit in some freaking pew and be brainwashed. You came here with a specific purpose. And if you're not careful, you are going to allow your significant other, your spouse, your family members to keep you from fulfilling your purpose. Because they're going to keep you believing that you're not qualified, that you're not good enough to do that. What does that got to do with the tiger? If you don't get alone and spend some quality time alone and understand who the hell you are and why the hell you came to this planet, you're never going to reach your full potential. You're never going to grow into all that you're capable of being. We're so afraid of being alone. Yet it is in our aloneness, yet it is in our time alone that we have our greatest growth and development. Yet it is in our time of alone that we're able to process and deal with and understand the dynamics of the craziness that we grew up in. Yet it is alone that we understand and that we learn how to truly love ourselves, truly learn how to appreciate and value ourselves. It is in that alone time that we're able to deal with and process all of our trauma and baggage from our childhood and from our broken relationships. You're going to have to get past being scared of being alone. You're going to have to get past the fear of outgrowing where you're at. You're going to have to learn to get past the fear of moving beyond your family. Some of us, I'm going to speak for me, I got toxic as hell family. It's toxic as hell. Ain't nothing good about the family. Other than, oh, we love each other, but ain't nobody doing shit. We holding each other back. We get on social media tearing each other down anytime you trying to do something. Anytime you try to grow and outgrow the family and all their drama and all their chaos and all their hell that they about, man, you ain't shit. You the black sheep of the family. I'll be the black sheep of the family. I've always been the black sheep of the family, and I don't care. I don't care. It used to hurt. It used to bother me. I used to want to be loved. I used to want to be accepted by them. It don't matter to me anymore. I don't care if they ever love me. I don't care if they ever accept me. Why? Because I've learned to love myself. I've learned to accept myself. And by me learning to love and accept myself, man, now other people are attracted to me. I've have other family members, people that aren't blood family, but man, we're thicker than I've ever been with my biological family. We have to understand who we are and why we came here. We did not come to this planet just to fit in. We did not come to this planet just to blend in with everybody else and be like everybody else. It takes a strong, very strong, and determined individual to say, damn all of this. Like me, love me, hate me, I don't give a damn. I'm going to do me. And if you think it makes me arrogant, that's your fucking issue. If you think that makes me all that and whoopty whoopty whoop and blah 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 blah, man, that's your issue. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's your low self esteem. That's your insecurity. That's your drama. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm not playing that game anymore. So why the tiger? The tiger's able to go out on his own. The tiger is able to survive and thrive on its own and get away from its family. The tiger is surrounded by other animals, just not other tigers. You could be what you want to be. You could be king of the jungle. Everybody's saying that they're king of the jungle, that they're king and that they're queen, and y'all have no concept of what a king or queen is. You know what I mean? Most people that say that they're king or queen, they have no concept of what a king or queen is. Everybody want to be a boss. They have no concept of the characteristics it takes to be a boss, to be a queen, to be a king. They don't even know who the hell they are. Just because you got some muscles on you, you got tattoos, just because you got a nice shape or pretty smile, nice hair, whatever the case may be, man, that ain't who you are. Just because you got a bachelor's degree, master's degree, doctorate, that don't mean that's who you are. My hope and prayer is that we grow up emotionally and we stop playing the stupid game and that we get off this stupid merry-go-round. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.